Hello everyone, I am Mrudula and today I am going to tell you about the blood pressure. So blood pressure is the pressure of circulating blood against the walls of blood vessels. Most of the blood pressure is caused due to the heart pumping blood through the circulatory system. A device which is used to measure the blood pressure is known as sphygmomanometer. The sphygmomanometer has the three parts: a cuff, then a pressure meter which is known as the manometer, and the third one is the stethoscope. The blood pressure is recorded for many reasons, such as to acquire a baseline, to monitor for a fluctuation in blood pressure, to aid in diagnosis of disease, to aid in assessment of the cardiovascular system, and to monitor medication, for example, antihypertensive drugs. There are two types of pressure present in the blood. One is the systolic pressure and another one is the diastolic pressure. So systolic pressure is the pressure of the blood in the arteries when the heart pumps. It is the higher of the two blood pressure measurements. For example, if the blood pressure value is 120 per 80, then the 120 is systolic pressure. And second is the diastolic pressure. It is the pressure of the blood in the arteries when the heart is filling. It is the lower of the two blood pressure measurements. For example, if the blood pressure is 120 upon 80, then 80 is the diastolic pressure. There are some hormones which are responsible for the blood pressure regulation. The first one is the epinephrine and norepinephrine. These are the hormones which are secreted by the adrenal medulla, and these hormones raises the blood pressure by increasing the heart rate and contractility of the heart muscles, and by causing vasoconstriction of the arteries and veins. The second most powerful hormone which is used in the regulation of blood pressure is known as angiotensin II. Angiotensin II is also known as the most powerful vasoconstrictor, greatly increasing the blood pressure. It also stimulates the level of the ADH and aldosterone, the hormone which are secreted by the adrenal cortex. The aldosterone is responsible for the reabsorption of sodium into the blood by the kidneys. There are some factors which influence the blood pressure, mainly smoking, genetics, older age, then using too much salt in diet, too much alcohol consumption per day, one or two or more than one or two drinks, then obesity, less physical activity, then stress, etc. are the reasons behind the blood pressure. Now we see about the types of blood pressure. So there are mainly two types of blood pressure. First one is the hypertension, which means the high blood pressure, and second one is the hypotension, which means the low blood pressure. So firstly we see the hypertension. So hypertension is defined as the blood pressure above the 140 over 90 mmHg, and it is considered as severe if the blood pressure goes to 180 over 120 mmHg. The symptoms of hypertension are cannot seen, but if it kept untreated, then it may cause the heart diseases and stroke. Eating a healthier diet with less salt, then exercising regularly and taking medication can help to lower the blood pressure. The second type of the blood pressure is the hypotension, which is defined as the blood pressure below the value of 120 over 80 mmHg. Having the lower blood pressure is good in some cases, but sometimes having low blood pressure can make you feel dizzy and tired. The most commonly used method for measuring the blood pressure is known as the oscillatory method, in which the blood pressure is measured by putting the cuff on the lower arm of the person with the help of sphygmomanometer. There are some sounds are heard during measuring the blood pressure, and that sound is known as the Korotkov sounds. As the pressure is lowered further, the character of the Korotkov sound should change. At some point, the sound will disappear. The Korotkov sound we hear during the measuring blood pressure can be listened into the 5 phases. At the first phase, the sound is heard, and it is the sharp third, and it is the systolic pressure. At the second, the sound is soft, tapping, and intermittent. At the third phase, the sound is loud, but it is not as loud as the phase 1. At the fourth, the sound is low, muffled, and continuous. It is the start of the first diastole, and at the last, the sound will be disappears, and it is the second diastole. So this is all about the blood pressure. Thank you.